I gotta do another take. Hello, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Beer Talks. My name is John, with my friends Addie and Stanley. Anyway, why don't you say hi first, Stan?
First stand.
And then right after that is Addie.
Hello.
Wow.
Hello, we're back. I'm super low energy today, to be
Why? What
honest,
happened, John?
because of the weather and like.
Oh, not because there's a friendship problem?
No, I'd never have friendship problems. But
Well,
Right, because you
Because you
just
just dropped
don't
them.
have friends. Yeah.
yeah, there were more acquaintances at this point. And
Wow.
I think that's okay.
Wait, we
shit,
need,
what
to
am
get
I?
background. People are gonna be like, "Yo, there's like beer talk tea." or
There's
drama,
no
but there really isn't.
tea. There's no.
John was being
Oh my God.
facetious yesterday. I'm gonna lay it out all in open for everyone to hear.
No, you gotta
That's
put it
so
on
funny.
public record.
This
Yeah,
is going to
yeah,
be
yeah.
Beer Talks Gate because everything's like
Yeah.
8 nowadays.
John
talks-
yesterday texted me, and then I was napping, so I didn't respond to him like right away, like a normal person. Like I wouldn't be like, "Oh my god!" Like my phone vibrated.
Nice.
I must wake
Mhm.
up from my nap.
Mhm.
Anyway, it wasn't even that long. Okay, I woke up, I went to like grab some coffee, and I was like, "Oh, John messaged." And I'm like, "All right, let me respond to his message." Immediately, John goes,
Immediately.
"We're not friends anymore," and then stops responding to me.
That's
And
not
like,
what
I haven't spoken to him since.
I said I changed my mind. That's what I said.
No. It's I changed my mind. We're no longer friends. I have a screenshot.
Okay, well, this could be
Oh my
exaggerated,
god. That is so funny.
and also.
Okay, you need to send me that.
What is
Yeah,
the?
right. Crazy. All right,
What's
comment
this-
down below. I don't even care about what today's topic is. Comment down below.
Actually,
Oh, actually.
it's on brand. It's like totally on topic, but we'll get into that. John, please.
Before we get into that, we have our beer of the day. Thanks for always putting me on blast on these episodes, by the way.
Oh, people love it, by the way. Just letting you know, our fan base is like, I love that. Like,
You guys bully
he-
John all the time? That's really toxic. You guys have some toxic friends.
no, they're like, oh, it's kind of nice that you guys are just so honest with each other and call each other out on their bullshit.
Oh.
Yo,
Anyway.
the number of people that came up to me and talked to me about the microwave situation, unreal.
It was funny.
That's great.
Unreal.
Before we get lost in the sauce, we have the beer of the day, which is what? Stanley?
It is the, I don't know, it says IPA on the, oh wait, no, never mind. It says Goose,
Goose
Island.
Island.
It has a huge, like, labeled IPA on the side, so that's all I
Mhm.
saw before I kept turning the beer.
That's why Addie picked it, because we haven't had IPAs in a minute.
Oh, man.
Okay, in fairness, if you read because it came with like on the can, it has tasting notes. It does say it's hoppy, but it also says grapefruity,
It smells really good.
and like grapefruit's always a good flavor.
Oh,
So
you got
smells
the
really
label
good.
already?
It smells
Does it?
like fresh produce section, you know?
Hold on, let me crack this
like
Supermarket?
when you walk through the like
Yeah,
fruit
yeah, yeah.
section, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, you know when
fair.
there's like a mist, when they mist the fresh
Yeah.
produce and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can kind of smell the freshness of like the fruits and stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, it smells like grapefruit.
Is that what
It
grapefruit
does.
smells
Okay,
like?
let me
Yeah, it
crack
smells like
open. Hold on.
grapefruit.
I've never had grapefruit.
You're right. It smells like very citrusy. It's like a grapefruit pomelo like combination.
Oh,
It's
I
nice.
see. I smell the pomelo.
It's not that
It's
dark
nice.
either,
It's very clear. Not a lot of
from what
I
it
think
looks like.
floaties. Yeah.
Yeah, no
Floaties.
particles.
I was gonna say debris.
Floaties.
Goose Island Beer Company, they're Canadian, right? We're still keeping track with that.
Correct.
Where are they from? Halifax, Montreal.
Ooh. Wait,
Yeah.
Halifax
No,
is not
wait.
in Montreal.
No.
Try
I was
again.
gonna say,
They
wait a
just
minute.
they just listed all the cities. That's why.
Oh.
That's why.
Are we just
Wait,
idiots? And is Goose Island an actual place?
You know what? Probably. It's probably one of those islands off in like the Maritimes or like close to Kingston.
I
Cheers.
just looked it up. It is in Toronto. But yes,
Oh, dang.
cheers.
Okay. Cheers.
Oh,
It's grapefruit juice. It's not beer.
yeah.
Wait,
Oh, I'm.
Wait, am I just so pretentious now that like I like IPAs or like guys tell me?
Oh
tell me.
no, no.
What's happening?
That's exactly what happened. Because
Oh no!
I don't even make the IPA face anymore. I have
Me
lost
too.
the IPA
I'm like,
face.
ooh, this is kind of nice.
Wait, John, you're okay with it too?
It's great. I love IPAs now. I'm not
Oh
even joking.
shit.
A couple of nights
Wait,
ago,
no,
we
like
went to
tell
a
me.
pub.
Look,
That's what I order now. If
Oh.
a pub has a IPA on a tap, that's what I will get now.
wait, tell me though. Like, is this for real?
Yeah, no, it's
This is
very
actually really
grapefruity.
nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you. And then when you have somebody who's a friend who doesn't drink IPA, and you make them drink this, they're like, oh, yuck. No, Addy, you're used to it too, brother.
No, I
It's
literally,
bitter?
I just went to a pub with a friend of mine, and she was asking me like, "Oh, do you like IPAs?" Because she likes IPAs, and I'm like, "No, they're bitter AF, man." And then this happened, so I guess my mind has been
Oh.
changed. Good job, Goose Island. Damn.
I don't know what grapefruits taste like.
This.
There is the citrusiness to it. I think there's a freshness to it as well. I think because of the IPA bitterness, maybe the sweetness is like very overshadowed by that. But in terms of body, it's very smooth. It's very light, actually. There's not a lot of body into it.
We sound so legit, guys.
What do you mean? That's what we do now.
I listened to like our earlier episodes recently.
Oh no!
We're
Why
like,
would you do that to
beer."
yourself?
Beer.
I mean, also, we're the type of people who actually, if we're put into a situation where we're like, hey, we should probably take this seriously,
Yeah.
we would take it seriously. Right? It's not like we're just pretending at this point. I mean,
Yeah. You're
to be fair, we're no like, what do you call those? The wine experts? What do you call those? There's a beer equivalent to that.
like
Sommelier?
Sommelier,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
beer sommelier,
Correct. Yeah. There's a beer equivalent for sommelier.
like
Oh.
beer dudes.
Okay, bro, that's offensive to those people who are beer sommeliers. All of a sudden, they're bros. Like they're,
I feel like they could be like.
no,
they
man.
would-
Like with the range. Imagine with the range of beers that we've had.
Actually, yeah, you're right. We had a lot of beers.
I looked
Alright,
up what
Eddie.
a beer sommelier is called. I
Mhm.
cannot pronounce it. Cicerone, apparently, is what it's called. Cicerone.
Damn. Okay, very far away from bros.
Yeah, I was like, there's an actual term for it. Damn.
Yeah, it sounds like sommelier. Of course, they're like, hey, wines have sommeliers. We gotta have some cicerone.
Cicerone. You had to say it with an accent.
Who's expensive now, John?
You're correct, right? It's like a croissant.
Croissant.
Your
Croissant.
bougie is
Oh,
showing.
chocolat.
Croissant. Anyway, Goose Island.
Wait,
Do you
what
guys
were
have
we
any
talking
other?
about?
Do you guys have any other notes about the beer? It's actually really enjoyable, and again, that's
Yeah.
maybe because we started. Me and Stan, at least, I could speak for, but Addie's apparently still indifferent about IPAs. But
I think my problem with it is it does still have that bitter aftertaste. So
as
like,
IPAs do, yes.
right, as IPAs do. So it's like, it's really nice going in. It's really nice aromatically
Mm.
speaking. But then that aftertaste makes me go, oh, right, that's why I don't like IPAs.
You know, I don't even mind the aftertaste anymore. Like, I don't even think it's that
telling you.
bitter, especially because on the can it says grapefruit. Like, this is what grapefruit tastes like to me. Because like I've recently had pomelo, so now I'm like, oh, this is like very reminiscent.
You know what's crazy? I've only had pomelo with gin. I've never had.
Oh, you know,
pomelo.
that's a good combination though.
I've never had
Mm.
pomelo itself, and I don't know.
Like as
So
a
therefore,
fruit.
I don't know what it tastes like.
Oh,
Does it taste like an orange?
No, it's like I don't know. It's kind of like an orange, but it's in like the citrus family.
correct.
I believe,
I know what it looks
right?
like. Yeah.
Yeah. And have you had like the pomelo hat on as a kid?
No, what?
So it's like, I don't know if Addy, I don't know if like
Very
people
Asian,
in like
but yeah,
Hong
I
Kong
know what
would
you
have-
mean.
it's like East Asians, like because we eat pomelos on like Moon Festival, we cut it open in such a way that like the skin's super thick, so you can just peel the whole thing off, and then parents put it on children as like a hat, and then people are just like, oh my god, it's so cute. And
How
it's
big is
so
the pomelo?
giant? It's like bigger than my head. Pomelos
Yeah,
are huge.
You know what I'm picturing? I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's this picture of a cat with like a watermelon hat.
That's the pomelo hat.
That's the pomelo hat.
That thing on the head, it's a pomelo. It's
Okay.
pomelo skin.
Well,
yeah.
there you go.
So
The
then,
more-
like, parents usually put it on like children. Anyway,
The more we know.
pomelos is like exactly how this tastes, grapefruit. So then, I think they got the taste profile spot on. And yeah, I don't even really mind the aftertaste.
We've just grown fond of IPAs.
Man,
I know. Speaking of
I
growing
know.
fond, Daddy, what are we talking about today?
So today I wanted to talk about being judgmental.
Oof.
And the reason for that is because like this has come up multiple times before. But But basically, I've been called out for being judgy before, which is fair. I am fairly judgy. But I always felt like being judgmental has such a negative connotation to it. But in my mind, isn't it natural to be judgmental in a way? Like being judgmental, being judgy, at least, is not the problem. The problem is what you do with that judgment, right? So I kind of wanted to talk about it today.
You're here to justify being judgy, and that to shed light into, hey, you could be judgmental without being a negative thing. It's like a negative trait. Is that what you're trying to say? Is that like you're trying to remove that?
Right. Well, not really remove it, but I kind of want to talk about it. Like, is it really that negative? Or like, is our problem with it that, oh, you judge people or you form opinions about people? Or is our problem with being judgmental what you do with it? Like, for example, I could see someone as like a total idiot, but if I still treat them like anyone else, I don't go like, oh, their opinion matters less to me, or like, oh, I'm not going to talk to them because I think they're stupid. Then is there a problem there? Like, it's all internal for me, right?
Let's create a baseline then. So,
okay,
what does it take to be judgy? So, because I'm thinking, is Sherlock Holmes judgy?
Yes.
No,
oh hell yeah,
but his deductions are accurate.
right?
So are you saying that judgy is only not okay when it's not accurate?
That's what I've always thought about. I think my association with
Okay.
judginess or being judgmental is somebody who sees something and it's like, oh, this person is like such an uneducated person, not knowing anything about that person's history.
Okay.
Right? That's my basis of being judgmental.
I think my basis of being judgmental, I again, like maybe we're talking on different paths here, so like correct me.
That's
if
why
I'm
we're trying to
going on
set
the
a
wrong
base
path.
ground. Yeah.
Yeah. So like to me, I think everybody judges. Like innately, just as humans, people judge, right? But I think it's what you do with the judgment, Addie, as you said earlier. So like for example, like I'm a very judgmental person, but like I keep my judgment to myself and I try to not let it affect my my interactions with people. So for example, I think because I'm like a lot of people are like, oh no, you shouldn't judge, blah blah whatever, but I'm like, no, like I think it's okay to judge. I think actually it's important for humans to be able to judge other people based on the scale that you have, right? Because depending on who's judging, like the outcome could be very different. And I think this is like the diversity training in me talking, right? So for example, if two men look at a woman, right, one man could be like, this woman's bossy as hell, but then the other man could be like, this woman's assertive. You know what I mean? And these are two very different kind of connotations to a very kind of like outgoing, outspoken woman who, maybe is excelling in her workplace, maybe who is an executive who knows what she wants, right? And then one connotation, which is bossy, has a very negative thing, is, oh, I don't want to associate with that, she's probably a bitch, right? But the other one is, well, she knows what she wants, she's probably like, great to be around, she's probably a great leader, right? And then so like the judgment and the result of that judgment is very different.
But both guys are still judging.
Yes, but both guys are still judging. So one is in a positive light and one's in a negative light, right? So can you say that like the positive person shouldn't judge, right? Because I think judgment is just honestly based off of what we observe and then what we formulate an opinion about. Because I think that's really normal. Like I can be like, literally right now, I'm like, oh, I'm looking at my monitor, I think my monitor is a big monitor. Right? Like that's a judgment. It's like, oh, it's a big monitor, like comparatively to maybe like my monitor at work, or like my friend's monitor, right? It's like a comparison. It's a judgment when we formulate an opinion about it. Does it matter to me? No. But then does it matter when I think about like, oh, I see an assertive woman and she's bossy and she makes my life hell? No, I think that's like crossing the line a little bit, because John, like you said, like we don't know this person, right? Like maybe like she grew up in an environment where she needed to be that in order to survive, right? Can you blame her for that? Like there's a lot of like layers,
variables to it,
nuance, right?
Okay, wait. So
sorry, am I like too tangent?
No, not at
that's
all.
exactly what I wanted.
No. I'm just confused, right? Because to me, as Addie mentioned at the very beginning, judgment does have a negative light to it. Whereas what you're saying, Stan, about like your monitor, was like, are we then okay to define observations as judgments. You know,
I feel like saying observation is just sidestepping the word judgment so that you
Judgment.
don't get the negative connotation, right?
that's correct, right? And
So I think our baseline then is judgment is what, like, it's like an opinion you formulate based on your moral compass and your values,
Mhm.
right? Because I think then that kind of encompasses observation and formulation of opinion
Mhm.
and also judgment. Is that fair?
I think so.
Yeah, I would run with that.
For the record, I also don't think that I agree that both, like, everybody judges, right? To a certain degree, and like what Adi again prefaced is that what you do with that judgment is then kind of how toxic it becomes, or how like neutral or nothing ever happens it becomes, right? Because I too like to people watch, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Like, I enjoy people watching. Like, the only reason I would go to a crowded place is because I would be like, oh, look at that boyfriend and girlfriend. Wait, that's probably a brother sister. They're not holding hands, whatever.
No.
And then so on and so forth, you know?
Right.
Damn.
Like, it's funny. I don't know if she would listen to this, but there was somebody I was seeing where she's like, hey, John, I like to people watch. And I'm like, you don't like to people watch. I like to people watch. I was gatekeeping her from from people watching. And so we went to Christmas market in Toronto. And she's like, I'm like, okay, let's play a game where we do people watching. And she's like, okay. And then so she does it. She's like, oh, I think those two are sweet. And I was like, oh, are they? Well, to me, they look like, about university students, probably, closer to this age, yada, yada. They probably just started dating. They're really like, shoulder to shoulder walking. They're not quite holding hands yet. And then I went off. Sandy won.
This is why we give John a hard time.
What do you mean? But
Because
what I
you
do,
love people?
but what I do with that information, right? It's just all for fun, right?
Yeah, well, like, is she also all for fun with, her? She's thinking like, oh, these two are sweet.
Yes. She was all
Right. So
Yeah, it was a no harm done. And then she's like, I think you're looking into it too much. And I was like, you want me to ask?
Oh my god.
but this is, but I don't know, to me though, also this is part of people watching, right? Like, I also
Right.
like to sit somewhere and be like, oh, like, I wonder what their life story is.
Yeah, man.
Same.
And this isn't just for couples, right? This would be like,
For everybody,
a dad
right? For
who's
like
like
elderly
with two,
people.
a dad with two daughters, right? I was like, oof, where's the mom? Like,
I love to watch people that walk their dogs.
right there.
Oh, why?
Yeah, like how far away the dogs are there to them. If the dogs are like by their side or like right behind them. I love it when the dog is like slightly behind the owner, just looking at the owner but walking forward.
See, you have a tell,
So
right?
cute.
Like, they have tells, right?
Mhm.
Or so
Yeah.
so what we think are tells. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
No, this is really good. And it's actually great that you guys talked about this and kind of like the spectrum of, I guess, like how far we take
Judgmentalness.
because I saw this TikToker where he created like a chart. I don't know what you call them.
Wait, do we have to call these people out? Do we have to like credit them?
I can repost his
Like
TikTok. I
citations?
saved it. It's TikTok
Okay.
brand Flakes with two Z's. But he created this beautiful chart.
It's a
What do you
graph.
call those charts? A graph? There's just a
Right.
T.
Yeah,
So-
from what it looks like.
Like a quadrant
Yeah,
chart?
exactly. Yeah.
Yes, quadrant chart. See, I didn't do well in school.
Not in math. We're
Not in
judging.
math.
Anyway,
Yeah, not in
sorry.
math. That's why I'm a lawyer. But anyways, I digress. So on the horizontal axis is how well you know the person you're talking about. And on the vertical is on the horizontal is how well you know the person that you're talking to. And then on the vertical is how well you know the person you're talking about. So on the top right-hand corner, if the person you are talking to and the person you're talking about, you know them very well,
Mhm.
you're just venting about them. On the top left-hand corner,
That's a nice way to,
Right?
to say
if
something.
you don't know the person that you're talking to that well, however, you know the person that you're talking about pretty well, you're just spilling tea. On the bottom right-hand corner if you know the person you are talking to very well, but you don't know much about the person you're talking about, you're just gossiping.
Okay.
And then on the bottom left-hand corner, if you don't know the person you're talking to and you don't really know the person you're talking about, you're just talking shit, right?
Oh, okay. So like our podcast, from what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
is we're mostly gossiping because we know each other very well, but we often don't know the things we're talking about.
Okay, no, I think we're more top left, bro. I
Like,
think we're leaning on top left. Also, I don't think that's fair because we do talk about people that we know very well as well.
that is true.
Okay, I guess that's anonymously. So like venting. Man, I've been telling people we've been talking shit this whole time.
I know. I know.
It's just
So
for easier.
we
For
have to be
simplicity's
on the right-hand side because we know each other very well.
Correct.
Yeah.
But then it's
So we're either venting or gossiping.
yeah.
Venting is accurate.
I think
I think venting's accurate.
a lot of
Actually, you know, that's very reminiscent because I think on the first episode we literally were just like we just want to talk to each other and talk about shit that we want to talk about, but no one will listen to us talk about.
and put it on a public platform. That was the objective
Yeah.
of this goal of this
that is so funny.
podcast. That's how we started.
Oh, does that mean that I can't tell people we talk shit anymore on this podcast?
I mean, you still
guess-
can.
I mean, you could until they.
We just have to invite guests. When we invite guests on, then we're talking shit.
Yeah. Exactly. That's very true. And like,
Anyway,
this really tied into the whole judgmental thing because I'm like, oh, depending on which quadrant you're in, you're showing kind of like your level of judgment of people and also like what you're doing with it. So I've been called out because, as you all know, I come up with topic based on things I want to like vent about, which like it's interesting to me, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it because obviously you guys are on this podcast as well. It's like those things that I say on the podcast, those are judgments that a lot of times I keep to myself, which would have been fine. And like to what I preface, like it wouldn't make me a terrible person and wouldn't be very negative. However, now I have this podcast and I am putting it on a public forum that I'm venting about certain things. I might not name people, which is great, but
that's what we do. We avoid that. Yeah.
Yeah, like we avoid that on purpose. But then people that know me know who I'm talking about sometimes, and they're like, that's not okay. And that makes me a bad person. And then I'm like, you're not totally wrong because I am putting it on a public forum. But then I'm like, shit, like, am I therefore now becoming the negative version of a judgmental person? So, like, you guys have also talked about things. So I'm like, how do you guys feel about that?
You can go ahead, Stan.
I don't know. I have thoughts. Like, I don't. I will say, okay. So let me preface this with everything. With like, sometimes when you do talk about your friends, like vent about your friends to us on this forum, like, I think maybe, I don't know, John, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Like sometimes like I look at the monitor, I look at John's screen, and I think he's looking at my screen, and we're like, is this okay?
100%.
Right? But I think that, you know, the fact that you keep it anonymous, and also like I think more importantly, Addie, you don't talk about this behind their back, right? Like I think you say everything on here already. You've already said it to their face.
That is true.
Right, and I think that's the difference. And I think like if you kind of like speak about like something like bad things behind their back and just like putting them on blast on the internet, I think that's less okay.
That is
right. and to Addie's credit too, like we know. Also, I try to mediate as much as I can outside of like actually when we're recording and when we're editing, when I'm editing rather, like you know the things that are okay to say, like. I don't ever want this podcast to be us just talking shit as much as Stan
literally
just shit, right? Like it literally just and it's just us having conversations about things, and when we have opinions, especially strong opinions about certain subjects, right? We get pretty emotional about it, and it sounds very judgy, and it sounds very like, you know, like on that negative light. But that just means that we're very passionate about the things that we're saying. That being said, is it a good thing to say that out loud? I don't know. This is our medium of conversation. No,
It's not yours.
I didn't want to put it that way, but you know, like sorry, not sorry, I guess, right? And for the most part, a lot of our listeners, I would like to think, who are still listening, are pretty aligned with the
Hello.
with the compass, with the moral compass that we're in.
right. Like, why
And
else are they
so-
still listening, kind of thing?
Correct. And so in terms of like judgmental stuff, I just want to say that I don't think the things that you've said are harmful to anybody, even the things that I've cut out, because even the things
Exposed.
I've never, even the things that the people have not heard about. It's like, Addie's like, you know what I hate? I hate babies, and I'll have to cut that out.
no!
You know, I'll have to cut that out.
Oh man, I think this really. Thank you. I appreciate that. And the reason why I'm saying this that I appreciate it is because someone had listened to one of the episodes when I was venting, and they were like, "You can't say that, let alone like on a public forum." Like I think it was one of the many ones that I've complained about my friends, and then she's this person that told me, she was like, aren't you essentially calling them stupid? And I'm like, well, I mean, like I fall short of saying this person's an idiot. I definitely don't say this person's an idiot. And then she's like, yeah, but you basically implied it. That's not okay. And I'm like, and then she basically was like, if you're friends with someone, or even if you're not friends with someone, like it's not okay to think someone is stupid. And then it's weird because maybe this is my judgmental side coming out. And I'm like, but some people are genuinely stupid. Not saying my friends are, but like sometimes you see someone do something and it is genuinely stupid. I'm like, isn't that okay to, in your mind, judge them to be like, okay, that was really dumb? And then she's like, no. If they're your friends, like, you shouldn't think that. And if you think that, why are you friends with them? And it really made me.
Is this like the opposite of like the participation trophy, where like everybody gets a participation trophy versus like
Maybe like everyone should get the benefit of the doubt. And it's like, if you think they're idiots, why are you friends with them? And then I'm like, wait, like.
Hey man, my friendship is not based on IQ.
Okay, wait. You guys are getting too specific, but from what it sounds like to me, is your friend like saying that you're not allowed to think about your friends in a negative light?
Essentially. And then
That's unreasonable.
That's
Yeah,
unreasonable.
I thought that was, I was like, I thought that was a bit too much. And then she's like, oh, clearly it bothers you. And I'm like, well, so when someone does something stupid, it's gonna bother me. Like I'm not, it's like not taking away from my life, but whenever I think back to certain situations, like, oh, for example, like someone clearly drove their car into a pole because they put it in reverse instead of going forward, like that's kind of dumb. I'm gonna, every time I think back to it, I'm gonna be like, okay, that was really dumb. And she's like, well, in the moment, sure, but like it's so long now, you should have let it go. And I'm like, but every time you remember the situation, doesn't it remind you of how dumb they are? And she's like, yeah, but you know, you move on. I'm like, huh?
I want to say something though really quick. I think that like you formulate judgments throughout your life, right? Particularly on a specific subject. So for example, like Addie, we've known each other for like forever. We've known each other, not forever, for like a long time. Like if my judgment of you remained that when you were 24, 23, now that's not okay. Right, I think that's less okay. Not like not okay, but like I think that's less okay. And a lot of people fall into that trap where if you know someone for a long time, your judgment of them remains at when you knew them best, right? And that, like I've certainly fallen into this trap, and like actually very recently I formulated many judgments about certain friends because I've known them for so long. And then my partner really just was able to be like, hey, maybe you shouldn't just assume this about this person, right? Like you should just wait and see and let it like see how it plays out. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. Like I've definitely fell into that trap of, because I've known this person for so long, I can anticipate some dumb things that are gonna happen. But I'm like, no, you know what, even very recently this person's kind of proven me wrong in terms of like how I should see them in certain lights. And so that's really like a big reflection on my own judgment towards like these are like my very close friends.
Right. Now you guys know why I texted Stan that he's not my friend anymore.
Your opinion changed within a couple hours?
We're still coming back to this. Like, you need to say that I am your friend before the end of this episode, or else I am not letting this episode end. Everybody gonna have to be here, listen to us in dead space. Okay, this is gonna be a 3-hour episode.
Anyway, I joke. So
I still don't hear it.
So when we're speaking about, and it's true that people's characters do change, and your categories and your observations about that person and their standards should change as well, right? It can't just be like put on a podium and be like, this is how I know Stan as this like never wrongdoing person who does everything right and very smart, and then yesterday he doesn't text me, so therefore like
he's a terrible person.
Yeah, right.
Wait, but those are two different rulers. I'm still never wrong. I'm still awesome. No,
I'm saying like my perspective of him has changed and then that's what happened.
Because I don't text you.
Yeah, exactly.
That is
So like, and then like, you should be allowed to do that, right?
Right,
In this
right.
example, you should be allowed to change that your perspective on that person. I mean, it's very sweet, okay, to, and also very naive to be like, we should just think nice about our friends all the time.
But that's the thing. I don't know if that friend meant to essentially tell me to be a better person, because she also knows. She's like, I know you very well. I know you don't mean like harm to anyone. I don't think it's negative per se, but like she was essentially, she has always been like, for as long as I've known her, she's always been the person that's like, it's not really good to be judgmental of people. And I've always been the advocate of, it's fine to be judgmental, just don't act on it. Like, you
Correct.
can't be like, oh, this guy's an idiot, and then push him into a river. You know what I mean?
Or like,
Okay. On that very point, can I just re-baseline here a little bit, because I feel like we've had like good conversation. I'm hearing there's a difference between judgmental and passing judgment.
Oh, okay. Actually, that's a good point.
Right, that there's a difference,
That's a good
right?
point.
Because I think what I'm saying is I'm a judgmental person where I formulate lots of judgments and lots of opinions on lots of people and things.
correct,
Right?
Yeah.
But I would like to say, like, for the most part, I don't pass too many judgments. Like, I think, like, literally from Addie's example, right? Like, you judge this person and then you push them into a river. Those are two very different actions. Right? So there's good judges, right? Because judges encompassing making judgment and also passing judgment, right? So are we saying that you have to be like, you should strive? Oh man, strive to be a. What is this beer? 5.9%.
It's not that.
Sorry, I'm like,
That is too
I'm
sweet.
almost done.
Me too.
I'm almost done. Like, you should be a good judge in terms of, you should, I mean, not should, but like, if you want to make judgment, you can. But I think passing judgment is like a whole different thing,
Can you
because then there's like lots of nuances.
can you
right? So-
clarify with me what you mean by passing judgment?
So like in a real life, like, courtroom judge and judge case, whatever scenario case,
Yeah,
I don't know what it's called.
hearing.
Yeah, like in a real hearing case, right? Like, you have a judge who like hears all the evidence, which is like, his or her observation, and then they formulate judgments in their head, right? And then passing judgment is actually sentencing, right? So let's just say that this person's found guilty, blah blah blah, and then you're like, okay, I am sentencing you to XYZ consequence, right? But this is based off of our law, our decree of, like, in the past, someone who's done similar bad things received similar punishments, right? But then for some people, like, now bringing this back to real life, out of the courtroom cases, when someone judges and formulates an opinion, I think some people kind of maybe overstate their importance, or overstate their like absoluteness, to be like, my judgment is absolute, my moral compass should be the moral compass of all, therefore how I respond to you is just for me and for everybody. But then it's like, no, like, like, my moral compass is, I think, maybe could be very different from John's, could be very different from Addie's, could be very different from my friends around us. And so who's to say me pushing this person into the river is the right call to make?
Right, and I guess it
Does that make sense?
I think so.
Is that too abstract?
No, I think it boils down to, like what Addie said, is passing judgment would be acting upon your judgment, right?
Yes, that's
Right?
that's what, or that
Am I-
at least
am I
that's how
correct?
I think of it. Like, as long as you're not doing anything based on your judgment that is negative, like pushing someone into a river.
This is a bit of a tangent, and we're only half an hour in, so I can go on this tangent. But like, there's a lot of parallels with this whole judgment thing, which is interesting to me, which has to do a lot with emotions. And in a parallel line as well, we do a lot of things based on our emotions. And I feel like judgment, in parallel, we do a lot of things on behalf of on other people, onto other things, through our judgment, right? So like, I want to say that emotional is more internal, and then like our judgment with other people is more external forces, kind of deal. Right? That kind of makes sense. And to me, I remember this, and I'm living by this. It's not a mantra, but like, that's just the simplest, for lack of a better word, that's how I think about it. Of like, feeling emotions is okay. Like, you can feel the way you feel. You can feel sad, you can feel envious, you can feel jealous, you can feel all of that stuff. But once, and that's fine, but once you turn that into an action, what you do based off those emotions is then usually when it becomes wrong, right?
AKA telling someone that you're not their friend anymore.
Exactly, right? So please, I
Like-
encourage you, tell those people that you don't need in your life anymore.
You bitch.
But yeah, as I was saying, like, you know, if you're jealous of somebody's like achievements in life and you try to sabotage that person, like, that's messed up, right? Like, that's fueled by your jealousy. But if you just feel jealous about their accomplishments, that's fine. That's okay. As to being sad, if you're feeling sad and you're feeling down, that's okay. But if you choose to not see anybody, not seek help, not to do any of that stuff because you're sad, and like you translate that into an actual tangible thing, then that's where the issue is. Ergo, when we're talking about judgment and passing judgment, it's like, it's fine to people watch and be like, hey, I think these people are so and so and that. But Addie isn't gonna be like, they're an idiot, and therefore I'm gonna treat them like an idiot the entire time, right? Like, I'm gonna like lower down the way that I speak to this person, my vocabulary, or like I'm gonna treat them like, like differently.
This is a $2 person.
Right, exactly. Like, you can't. I think that's where it all goes wrong. And again, to Addie's credit, I don't think she ever does that. Right? It's okay for her to think that you're not clever, right?
Or like, some people are like clumsy, some people are
Right.
just like,
Mhm.
like not very like detail oriented, or some people, honestly, like myself, I get flustered, and so sometimes when I do get flustered, like, I make dumb mistakes, and it's okay, right? And then, like, I know that, and some people tell me that, and I'm like, yeah, I know it's okay. Right? But like, I think it's about like going back to that quadrant situation, right? Like, I don't think you should be talking badly or like, like talking shit about people that you don't know to people you don't know, right? Back to that whole like quadrant of
Yeah.
talking shit. I think that's like, maybe like that's the quadrant you want to avoid.
Mhm.
But if it's like, people that you do know and you do talk about them and you're venting, and I think that's like truly the meaning of the word venting, right? Like, it's nothing bad. I think everybody needs to vent.
Mhm.
I agree.
Right, and then it's kind of like emotional regulations, as long as I think as you vent, there's no like negative consequences out of your, like, there's no negative actions out of your conversation.
Mhm.
Right, you're not trying to like actively lead someone down a path where it's like, hey, I want you to have a negative opinion about this person, but more so it's just like, hey, what this person did really bothered me, I really want to talk about it, and then maybe like I'll confront them at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and I think that's like more of like a healthy
Way to
like
process it.
digestion.
Yep.
Yeah, digestion or processing of emotions, right? And then, so that being said, can we then agree that everybody then is a little bit judgmental? At least
Yeah.
I think so. Because everybody judges, right? Like,
Everybody.
not everybody passes judgment, but everybody certainly judges. And so maybe I can ask you guys in return, is it important is it important how you receive these sort of judgments, and then how does that kind of like translate into your lives?
Like, if someone were to tell me their judgment of me,
Yeah, if someone's like, oh well, when your friend told you like, hey Addie, you shouldn't do that, right? Like, I feel like if it was me, I would feel like, oh, you think I'm a bad person?
100%. I think that's why I wanted
Right.
to talk about it, because I'm like, it really made me reflect, because like we've always said on this podcast, right? Anything we put out there, we're pretty comfortable with it being public. That's why we put it out. So when I got that feedback, I was like, it really made me reflect, and I'm like, oh shit, did I do something wrong? Like, am I a bad person?
Like, oh damn, so then your action to that feedback was to talk about it on this podcast.
I know. I'm like, oh my god, this is a bad circle. I'm like, let's bring it back.
but like,
Podcast.
no, but I wanted to ask, right? Like, how should, or like, how do you guys receive these sort of judgments? Because like, I'm sure everybody's passed judgment on everybody. Like, you've received judgments in good or bad ways, for sure,
yeah.
right? Like, how do you process that?
Here you go, Eds.
I think for me, I'm a very reflective person, and if I'm getting judgment from people I care about, if it's like a nobody, if it's an acquaintance that I genuinely do not care about, or worse, if it's someone that I dislike and they give me feedback, I don't give two shits about it. However, if my friends, people that I know me well and that I actually care about, if they give me feedback, I'm very reflective. I'm like, okay, do I need to think about like how I've acted? Did I do something wrong? Should I act differently next time I'm in similar situations? Should I think differently about certain things? Like I'm very reflective like that. So depending on who gives me the judgment, I act accordingly. What about you, John?
For me, first impressions is such a like is that old school of me?
No.
Yeah, a little
Apparently it's
bit.
still a thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Stan
I
says
think so.
yeah. Addy says
I
no.
think
so. Really?
Wait.
Judgments passed.
Yeah, you guys. I know. You guys are asking that. But yeah, to me, I mean, I don't know if you guys remember the first time you've met me, but like, I mean, outside of you, Stan, it's a different case because we met online. So, like,
When you say outside of you, Stan, it's just Addy. There's only one other person.
well,
here.
no, there are people listening that have met me for the first time, and then you know.
Oh, true.
I-
Speak to the larger audience. Then.
Exactly.
I remember
yeah.
my first impression of you.
And for the most part, I want to say I'm very low. Like, I'm very much not who I am the first time you meet me.
I wouldn't say very much. I think like you have more layers to you than people think you put on. Like
an
I
onion.
Yes.
definitely because I think
Yes.
my first impression of you, it is a little different. But I could also, even in my first impression of you, I could tell you were holding back, like you're kind of hiding,
Absolutely.
which is
yeah.
fair. Like we just met, like why would you show me
Yeah.
your true self right away? But I could definitely tell like there were layers to you, and you're like holding back, kind of like very cautious.
Yes.
So
That was not my experience.
well,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
just 'cause we didn't meet in person. Okay, we met
When
on
the
my
first time we met in
birthday.
person,
Yeah.
when we met in person the first time, that was not my
in person,
impression of
I
him.
know.
He did not hold back.
wait, hold on,
didn't,
yeah,
because-
because the first time you met, he
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm probably gonna cut that out or beep it. Anyway, so what I'm saying is like in that sense, like I'm always worried about people's judgment for me, right?
Mm.
you're
Especially
very
like
aware of it.
I'm very aware of it because as I am aware, because it'd be hypocritical of me if I really care about first impressions and then like I don't give a
You
shit
don't
what you
care.
think
Not
about me,
care.
right?
That's
like,
true.
huh? Right?
That's like kind of contradictory.
Exactly. So I very much like am conscious about what I put out on the first meeting that we've had. How long that meeting is, like obviously it depends, right? Like you'll see me come around if we're together for like the entire day, let's say, or like the
Right.
entire night, right? Also if there's like substances involved, right? Like then you'll definitely see me come around. Okay,
Bringing
Stan,
beers,
not
bringing
like yes, alcohol, legal substances, okay?
You had to specify.
So, I'm sorry. So, in that sense, I do care a lot. But after the fact, when it comes to like if I start liking you as like a friend, Addie,
Oh shit! You're starting beef now. There's gonna be beer talk beef. Jesus, I'm not.
if I start liking you, then obviously I'll start loosening up and like showing
Mm.
you, you know, the more intimate side of things, right?
Mhm, mhm.
See, Stan, doesn't this speak volumes about the first time you met me and how intimate I was and how vulnerable I showed myself?
Yes.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
And then tell me that we're friends again.
Anyway, so as I was saying, and then it'll get to that point. But to short answer for Stan's question is that I definitely care about people's judgment on me on the first impression basis. After that, I
You don't
will
give a
I will then pass my judgment on you and see if I like what you're vibing with, right? Your
Mm.
whole ambiance,
Mhm.
right? And then if we do, and if I'll make the effort.
So, John, do you have an experience where someone told you their judgment / opinion of you? What was it, and how did you react?
Oh, this is gonna sound like a flex, but for the most part, right? And tell me if I'm wrong, guys. For the most part,
Flex away.
it
you
sounds
don't
even
flex.
more of a flex.
Oh my god.
Wrong, John. Wrong.
For the most part, the people who I've met in person,
Mhm.
for the most part, have all been like, "Hey, I like John." You know, like I've been very pleasant. I always kind of match their energy, you know, and so like I don't want to say the word social butterfly, but
I mean, kind of.
I did.
Fly away.
I just did, and like you know,
Flap, flap.
correct, you know, I was about to make a Butterfree impression. Holy shit!
Oh my
It's a good thing I
God.
stopped myself.
Do it.
You should do it. You should do
Totally
it.
No,
do
I'm
it.
not gonna do it. You guys
Please
are,
do it.
you guys are
Now
crazy.
that you said it,
I
please.
mean, you
Anyway,
put it
sorry,
out
I forgot what your question is. I was so
Butterfree.
no.
there. Have you had someone tell you their judgment / opinion of you? What was it, and how did you react? Like, how did you take it? I guess.
For the most part, they've all been positive, and so to me, I'm like, oh yeah, cool. You know, like thanks, like thumbs up, right? I've
Right.
never really had somebody who's like, John's a little too much, you know. which, by the way, which is not a challenge to anybody. That
I'm like, do you want me to say it now? No, I'm just kidding.
Someone who hasn't met John, please just go up to him one day.
yeah. I mean,
You're too much.
Our last episode with Kat, right? Like with our guest.
Oh yeah, true. That was the first time Kat like
Oh my God,
actually
yeah.
met you.
Correct. Yeah.
Damn it, she was too
Yeah.
positive.
She was too. What do you mean she was too positive?
We
I
need
was on
someone
my
to
best
tell
behavior.
you.
And even Addie's a witness to this. Like when I met Eric's mom for the first time,
Oh my God, it's
I was-
you met Eric's mom.
I did. I was a completely different person. Addie's like, "Who the fuck is that?" Because Addie, exactly. Because I'm telling you, because of the standards that I put on myself.
Wait, hold on. Are we okay just saying Eric's name out loud now?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we're fine. I haven't cut his name out in a long time. I have to go back to
Especially
like
after
episode
looking
4, season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's my
you
answer.
so you usually, because you haven't had any negative judgments
Yes.
told to your face, you obviously take it. I wouldn't say take it well because you don't take compliments very well. You usually go like nah, but like you take it in stride. I will say.
Yes.
In stride, yeah. Because like if somebody is to give me like a negative, like, hey John, I think you need to calm it down, you need to tone it down, I wouldn't vibe with that person anyway.
You'd be like, you need to tone it down.
Okay, I wouldn't say that. I'd be like, fuck off.
Yeah, you would.
Oh my God, you said fuck off. 100%. I see that happening. You'd be like, so we're not friends anymore.
Okay, but not to make this about me. Stan, what about you? Has people told you things that you're like, you know what? Whatever. You know?
You know what? I've definitely struggled with people telling me that like I am too much. Like because I know I'm very specific and I know I'm very anal about certain things.
Mm.
And then so like when I was younger, when I hear these feedbacks, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't feel very good, and like it really would like affect me for a long time.
Mhm.
But now that like I'm a little bit older and like a little bit more experienced, I'd like to think that like if these are the people that passes their judgment on me, and this is like very very true, like it rings true to I think many scenarios.
Mhm.
What other people think of you, honestly, it's like their opinion. There's nothing you can do about it.
Correct.
And you should just move on, right? Like
Yep.
accept it and be like, okay, cool. If that's what you think of me and you're unwilling to change, or you're unwilling to put forward that effort of friendship, John, with me,
Live your best.
yeah, live your best life and move on, right? But then if you still like, if they think badly of you, or like if you think that they think badly of it, which is honestly very very common in like I guess the gay world. Everybody's like, oh my god, you're so bitchy, oh my god, you're so
So
judgy, oh my god, you're so this and that. But like honestly, a lot of the gay people, they just like, we just say this to each other. Like I don't like I've been told this a lot. I'm like, oh my god, Stan, you're like so stuck up and like you should relax and loosen. I got told this a lot, right?
Like actually to your face.
No, like to my face in person. And then
Mhm.
they're very unapologetic about it,
Okay.
right? But they still put forth the effort to be friends with you, to like get to know you, to like
Mhm.
like have fun with you and things like that. Then I'm like, okay, that's cool. But then if someone's like, oh yeah, you're so stuck up, and then walks away,
Mm.
now I'm like, okay, well, this is
You're
not
just
meant
being
to be.
rude.
Oh well. Yeah, I'm like, well,
Yeah, that's really weird. What the fuck?
right? And then I'm like, oh well, like I guess we'll never be friends, and that's okay.
Right, correct. That's okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
like I'm not really losing out on, I guess, too much.
Can I just bring
I
up?
hope.
Can I just bring up?
Yes.
So for people, I mean, I don't know. Like this thing will be in the human timeline, our podcast, forever, as long as Spotify is running, or as long as any of these streaming podcasts are.
As long as
are
the
running.
internet exists.
Correct. And so I want to speak for the people who are like, hey, but I don't want to be judged, or like those people who are like, hey, I don't have much friends, and
Right. I think
right?
these are the people that have like main character syndrome a little bit, but like the main character is a little bit sad, bad backstory, right? Hoping for the redemption. No, man. Be the main character that like lives their best life, right? And then like do their own thing.
That's your advice, eh?
I think so. I like you can't control other people. And if you do want to control other people, that's fucked. That's like a villain arc right there.
That is true. That is true.
Addy, what's your take?
I think in my mind, it's like if you have judgment of people, I very much agree with Stan. I'm like, you know what? I think it's very natural and innate. Like, literally in my mind, I'm like, you could literally look at someone and immediately form an opinion about them, right?
Yep,
Like, that's
yep.
just natural. I don't think you can stop it in its tracks. So I
Mhm.
think forming judgments, being judgmental is fine, but act accordingly so that you don't pass judgment on people. Like, yeah, don't make it so that you are a bad person because of your actions, not because of your judgment, but because of your actions. And if you are on the receiving end of judgment, I will say, again, agreeing with Stan, like, you can't change people's minds. However, if you care about this friendship, if you care about that person and what they said to you like affects you in a way where you're like, oh, their opinion matters to me. If I did something that made them form this judgment about me and I don't want them to be uncomfortable, if you want to take it upon yourself to change for them, for the friendship,
Mhm.
that's also fine. Just don't take it so far that you're not yourself, but you can act accordingly. And sometimes, because I'm like this too, like with certain friends I'm a certain way because I know what their comfort level is, right? So you can also do that. That is also fine. But don't kill yourself over it. Like, genuinely, like I'm sure we all know and can name someone who bends over backwards to be a good person, and like it is not healthy for them. I think that's not good. But
Mhm.
it's okay to kind of like adjust who you are based on people's judgment.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's kind of my take on it. What about you?
I think it's a self-confidence issue where when you're afraid of being judged, everybody's gonna judge you, as we have established in this. Everybody's judging all the time, brother. And like, if you're afraid of being judged, then I think you're gonna be stuck in your room. And when you're afraid of being like, oh yeah, but I'm not that person, so then like you gotta work on your first impressions kind of situation, right? Like, if that's the person that you're showing, then and you don't like that, then, and if that's like a common thing, then it's probably not the majority's problem. It's more of your kind of situation, right? And so, like, in that sense, I'm not saying, and if you don't like that, I mean, that's okay too. Like, you live your best, as my friend Stan would say. Huh?
Live your best life.
Correct.
Be friends with John.
So
Oh,
I know,
well,
right?
you
It's
did, eh?
it's Stanley's redemption arc. It's because we're on the tail end of things. I saw the clock. So
Are
otherwise,
you gonna say it then?
otherwise I wouldn't have said it. So
Wow. Rude.
like, to wrap it all up in a nice bow, everybody's judging, right? Everybody's judging you. You're judging everybody subconsciously through your experiences, through your wisdom, through your culture, all that, how
Mhm.
old you are and stuff like that. Does that mean it's correct? Most of the time,
Not
probably
necessarily.
not. Yeah, most
Not
of the
necessarily.
time,
Not
right?
Sometimes it could be.
Right?
It could be
But
fine.
does that mean it's okay? Yeah, it's okay to judge. Now, when it doesn't make it okay is when you act upon those judgments, and then like you completely base something of your action based off of what you think this person is, when you in reality haven't gotten the chance to get to know them very well, right?
Mm.
And I think that's kind of, very sweet moment of like, you should give people a shot.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they made a terrible first impression. No, obviously, if it's like a guy who's like, hey, you want to do cocaine, and that was like your
Oh,
first impression, I know, and you're like, hey, you know what? He's probably a good guy. I don't know,
Maybe he's really stressed out from work, John. I don't know.
right? That's the thing. Exactly, right? See the judgment, the difference in angles of judging that we're doing, right? And that's probably the case.
Off of that, I have one last thing I want to ask you guys. Do you ever check your judgment? Like, for example, you meet someone, you form a judgment about them, but then you're like, am I crazy for thinking this? And do you talk to your friends? For example, this podcast, to be like, I thought this. do you think it's true? Like, do you ever check your judgment on people with other people that either you know really well or that you know that person really well?
By check, do you
I
mean
do.
like confirm?
Confirm and
Like review.
discuss. Yeah, review. It's like, hey,
Review.
this happened. If I go to you and be like, hey, John, this happened with Stan. I thought he was kind of crazy. Am I crazy to think he's crazy? Like, is that something you would do?
Stan?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
I truly would. And like, most of the time when I've had bad interactions with other people, I like obviously I make like immediate judgments, especially if I'm like riled up. And like this happens a lot at work, right? Like at work, it's like, why is this person making my life so difficult? And then like after I've calmed down a little bit, like I always try to go back and be like, okay, like I have to see it from this other person's perspective, right? Like maybe they are under a lot of pressure. Maybe this thing matters to them way more than I originally give them credit for.
Right.
Something, right? And then so also with my friends, it's like, oh, are they having a bad day? Are they, having some difficulties in, I don't know, their daily lives? And then it's like, okay, like let me go back and check on them instead, right? Like unless it's through like very constant, like, hey, you've given me very clear signals that you don't want to be friends with me anymore. Like if you keep telling me, John, that you don't want to be friends, right, then it's kind of like, okay, well, like this is like maybe a one-time thing. I check myself and then say, do I still care about this person? If I do, then I look past it.
What about you, John?
John?
Do you check yourself, I guess?
Yeah, am I still your friend?
Short answer is no, but a long answer is no, I'm kidding, but
Because I'm your best friend?
to answer, sure, if that's how you want to cope with it.
Yes.
So I don't know, like there's such a weird mental gymnastics of like how well you want to be perceived versus like how well people want to take you, and I don't know, I guess especially at our age, when we've established, I want to say, when we have for the most part have established our social circles, like if we meet a stranger and they're like, hey, I don't really like your vibe, and you're like, all right, cool, bro, like see you when I see you kind of deal, right? But like for younger people or for people who really care about their image, I mean, it's a little harder for them to be like, oh, but I need to make people like me situation, right? And in that sense, I can't really give a definite like, advice, because like everybody's so freaking different, right? And
that's fair.
right?
No, that's fair. I think like what you're really boiling it down to is like, people will form their opinions, people will form their judgments, and there's nothing you can do about it, right? Like you can try to bend over backwards just to like please this one person, but like to what end, right? Like you meet hundreds, thousands, millions of people in your life, right? And so like I think it's important just to be like I think like John said earlier, right? Like you vibe the people that you vibe with, and then the people that don't vibe with you, I don't know. Like,
thank you next,
really
bro.
Yeah, like is it really a big loss to like move on? Like,
again, it's easy for us to say because we have a pretty solid ground of people
that's
to
true.
find with, right? And for those who don't, and I empathize, I really do, right? That being said, we're at the 1 hour mark, so
So what do we need to do, John?
what do we do at the 1 hour mark? We talk about the beer. We review Goose Island Beer Company.
Yo, I'm done. I love this beer.
Ooh, yeah, honestly, I feel like this one is changing my opinion about IPAs. Genuinely, I think I'm the last one to say I remotely like IPAs, but this is actually really yummy. I'm kind of like skeptical.
Grab another IPA for our next episode. So,
and then see what happens, right? If this is like a brewing company diff or IPA diff.
Correct.
True.
Yeah, this is I think the first IPA I've finished on the episode.
Damn.
It's because you've grown fond of it, dude. The acquired taste.
Man, I don't want to be that person.
I'm telling you, dude. I order IPAs at restaurants now. I hated it, but I'm like, you know what?
Oh my god.
You give me so much shit for choosing IPAs.
I did, right?
Oh my god.
I was passing judgment, and now look at us, right?
Look at us.
Look at us. We have changed.
Who are we?
Right? Who are we? I don't know. I don't recognize these people anymore.
But yeah,
Truly.
Goose
But
Island.
Goose Island. Yeah, Goose
Island.
Island. If you're listening, we love your beer, love the IPAs. Yeah, if you want to sponsor us, please hit us up through our Instagrams, through our DMs, through our TikTok. Addie, take us away.
Yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe. CLS on Instagram, TikTok at Beer Talks TO. That's BEERTALKSTO. Yeah, comment, like, and subscribe, guys.
Oh, and it's everybody's favorite segment of the show. Our shout out segment.
Hey,
Is everybody prepared?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh, you're
Stan
ready.
Seems
Stan's
eager.
excited.
Stan can start us off. Stan, who's your shout out?
Okay, so shout out to my Taiwanese sister Lisa. Hey,
Whoa.
yeah, yo, we met, and then she's like, where's my shout out? I'm like, yo, the next one is gonna be you.
Oh,
I have like a list now. I'm ready.
Oh,
Wait,
damn.
but I shouted her out. What the heck?
Yeah, but like,
But you wanted
she's
to
not your
do
Taiwanese sister.
Yeah.
She's my Taiwanese sister.
They were so cute actually when they met each other. I was like, Jason,
I know, I
let's take a
remember.
step back. Let them talk. Let the kids.
Listen, you don't meet a lot of Taiwanese people anywhere, okay? So when you do
Mm.
meet one that's genuine and nice, like, we connect.
That
She
is
was cool,
true.
right?
That is very, very
Yeah.
true.
Addie?
John, do you have
Alright.
one? If not, I'll go.
No, I mean, ladies first.
Oh wow! Now it's ladies first. All right, I'm being a little shit. I will shout out Christine because I forget when this episode comes out. I think this comes out in February, but I had
February.
just come from her New Year's Eve party and it was lit. So
Wow.
love you, girl.
Dang, Christine. Does that mean I have to shout out the guy now?
No, wait.
What do you
So
mean?
you
What do you
didn't
mean?
have
Who-
someone?
who
You're
were-
just
Who
bullshitting?
were you originally shouting out?
I had
Tell
somebody
us.
else in mind to shout out, but
Good, shout out
now
that
that you
person.
shouted out Christine,
No, you don't have
No.
to. Don't feel obligated.
I don't know, dude.
Now you
Listen,
can't say that name.
Listen, you know what? Shout outs to you, Rainer. Christine's
Wow.
part.
Cop out, cop out, cop out.
Dude.
I don't think it'll be fair. You know, surprisingly, we were definitely at her New Year's Eve party. That was lit. Beer Talks was there. We didn't record an episode, unfortunately. We're not that pretentious.
Not in person.
Not in person.
Mid-party.
Correct. Shout outs to you guys, Rainer, Christine, and Lisa. Wow, we all know these people.
I know.
So if we were in the graph, we would be
but we
venting.
know
Venting.
we'd be
We'd be
venting.
venting.
If we're
We'd be
talking
We would
about
not be talking shit.
yeah, we would
Correct.
not be talking shit.
We'll talk
I
about
think
them.
the takeaway is stay away from the bottom left quadrant.
Quadrant, yeah.
Bullshit.
We'll talk at you again, guys, next time. Be safe. If you can't, be humble. That's different, Stan.
Wow,
That's a different
rude.
take. That's a different take. All right.
We're still judging
Um,
you.
Okay, now the Butterfree impression.
Please.
Okay. We'll catch you guys again next time. in
Butterfree
Beer Talks.
impression.
Butterfree.
me and Stan are actually still, quite literally. Oh, the time's too short. We'll check you guys
Jonathan!
next time. Cheers,
John!
everybody.